Second, slavery.
Madam Quessy told the dark-faced man that the meat was too young for consumption, but the man insisted. It was a hectic bargain between Madam Quessy and the officer. Madam Quessy insisted that a taste of the meat usually culminated into a huge loss for her. She narrated the ordeal of the last girl who took ill over 4 months. She said she would not mind to allow him a taste if it were big meat. She insisted she would not consent to allow the man have a few of the young ones. She explained that she, on her own, put them on a waiting list for a year or two before she put them up for use. After several hours of negotiation and plea, the innocent Sheol was not aware of various negotiations that had gone on her via high tide and trip. The reek emanating from the Togolese beach, which was close to the border, was the cause of her sickness. It was nauseating. Several people, young and old, were defecating on the beach. She remembered that she had read about Bar Beach, Eleguishi Beach, and so on in her social study textbooks. She wondered why the Togolese beach was not as well kept as the others of Nigeria, where she had read in books. Madam Quessy led her through the exit. All the officers who had earlier declined the passage allowed them on the introduction of their boss. Their presence were their boss back drew several reactions, but Madam Quessy was master in the trade. She claimed that the aggrieved co-passenger and the journey continued.
They continued the journey in silence while all the passengers discussed feeling. The driver got to the border town of Aflao, a town in Ketu Municipal District in the Volta region of Ghana's Togolese eastern border. Aflao is the 28th most populous settlement in Ghana. In terms of population, it's a population of 66,546 people and is currently primarily illegally populated by Togolese nationals. A repeated procedure used in crossing at the same border, except this time it was faster and not as cumbersome as that of the same border. After going through protocol, the driver finally entered Ghana and crossing the border into Ghana. Madam Quessy lived a sigh of relief.
At about 6 p.m. in the evening, the taxi approached the vicinity of the house Madam Quessy resided with herself and Sheol on board. Sheol wondered at the magnificent buildings and the opulence of the people that live in places like this. The taxi finally arrived at the entrance of the gate. He hooted it on twice as directed by Madam Quessy. A small peephole opened. "Who is that?" the man inquired. The taxi driver brought his face out of the window and shouted, "Charlie, may Madame come?" He replied. A few seconds later, the gate swung open and the taxi drove into the magnificent edifice. Sheol, on seeing the building, marveled at the world she was entering. She had never seen so much beautiful buildings in her life, let alone an environment surrounded with it. "So I will actually be residing in this beautiful house," she thought.
The gate man closed the door behind them and quickly rushed to where the taxi parked. The driver had by then alighted and was overflowing their luggage from the trunk of the car. He carefully placed them some distance away from his vehicle so as not trample on any of them mistakenly. While revising out of the building, overflowing the luggage, stood by his vehicle. While Madam Quessy counted his money and paid him. After she paid him, the driver got into his vehicle, turned the ignition, engaged the gear, and carefully drove out of the compound. Immediately, he did that. Madam Quessy spoke to Sheol. "What are you standing and looking at? Who do you want to carry these things for you?" she said harshly. "So, ma," Sheol replied and picked one of the bag. She carefully placed it on her head and waited for Madam Quessy to show the way into the house as the gateman came back. Where is Dalapo? Madam Quincy asked impatiently. Um, I am.
They inside the walk. He replied in pidgin English. All right, then it is, she said, turned and walked towards the patio closely, followed behind by Shehu and the gateman who had also picked up some luggage. Madam Kwesi was a wealthy and well-known woman in society. She ran a thriving textile shop stocked with quality materials, which she normally exported to other West African countries, such as Nigeria, and as well imported textile materials from those countries. Unknown to most people, she was the brain behind the famous Joint nightclub, a nightclub with chapelets on the side, where she had girls who sold their bodies for monetary rewards. Most of her clients were prominent, notable, and rich men in the society who paid handsomely to have sex with young girls. For this, she engaged the services of some of her business partners in the countries. She frequently visited most Nigerians to lure young and unsuspecting girls from their parents with monetary rewards and a promise of a better job or education outside the shores of the country. The young girls were first made to work as maids and househelps. When they matured, they were made to wait on men to satisfy their unusual sexual desires. A few of them ironically became mistresses to very wealthy men who could afford to buy them off